Congratulations on another playoff win, Coach. Kind of the obvious here is a tough schedule this season. Seems to have toughened y'all up for games like this. You fell behind early, but you persevered.
Yeah, that's been the consistent thing with us all season. Whether it's self-inflicted wounds, Danny, or it's by the great coaching that we've gone against this year, right? But the one thing I can say, whether it's Hopewell, whether it's tonight's game, whether it's against Freeman, whether we found ourselves. I mean, we played Goblin. We had 5 turnovers in the first quarter. I mean, I've never in 20-something years of coaching been affiliated playing or coaching with a team that had 5 turnovers and didn't win. You know what I mean? So the resiliency of this team has really been showed up, and I'm excited about that.
And talk about that resiliency, because you were down early.
Yes.
You hardly had the ball. You had a safety against you. They had a field goal.
Yeah.
What was the tempo of the team at that point? Were they starting to get down, or was it just, hey, keep plugging?
No, and that's because we've been there, right? So there's a difference. When you're 10-0 and you're putting 70 on everybody, you haven't been there. So a team that you're supposed to be comes out here and gets up on you 5-0, and you start to talk. And to us, it's all right, man. Let's keep on moving. And like I said last week at Hermitage, I told the guys in my pregame speech, I said, listen, something's going to happen in this game that's going to be a defining moment for us. Well, of course, we didn't know Drake Clark was going to take the first kickoff back, so I turned right to him on the sideline and said, didn't know it was going to be that quick. But and you saw what we did last week. So no, I'm really confident in the team as far as that's concerned.
And Coach Banks talked to me before the game. He was talking about how Dayron had been a little banged up this season, but he looked great tonight. 3 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, he is, and that's that. And this time of year, you have to have it. We get that workhorse, we get that other mule, his runner, his stable mate back to next week. Reginald Weston, that's another thing people didn't know. RJ's been gone for 3 weeks. So he comes back next week, fully ready to go. He's coming off a hamstring. So we're getting better. We get RJ back and we get another starter back next week.
And Quamir Waters.
Quamir will be back next week as well.
And Joseph looked pretty good tonight.
JoJo looked a whole lot better from the first time you saw him. That had a lot to do with us, and the play. I'm calling plays now, so catering the playbook to what it is that he does well, making sure that he can excel. So, so he stepped in tonight and done a phenomenal job.
And somebody else I couldn't help but notice tonight was Leroy Cosby. Constant pressure all night long against King William.
Oh, yeah, man. Leroy is the linchpin of what we do up front, man. Offensively and defensively. He'll be playing on this field right here next year as the defensive tackle, 0 tech for Virginia Union. And he's a staple mate of our defense. I mean, and then getting Leroy back, RJ back next week to go along with him is great time.
And you saw a great run game from King William early, but Hill appeared to have left the game with an injury.
Yeah,
How much
terrible.
did that change y'all's game plan?
We're going to stay aggressive. Our game plan is aggressive downhill, and we're going to go. Like I said at the coaches clinic. Not the clinic, but when we went there the other day, I was talking about that he's the head of the snake. And then number 2 came in after him, and he took over the head, and he had to catch what the head of the snake caught. We're going to stay aggressive. We're going to get after him, and that's just our defensive philosophy. This is the 3rd game in the row that our defense has not given up a touchdown. Now, if you look at the scoreboard, you say, well, Herm had 9. Okay, a kickoff return and my punter dropped it. Then today they had 5. And they had 2 field goals and a safety. And then against Godwin, that was a pick 6, and our defense hasn't given up a touchdown in 3 games.
And last one for you. Obviously, you now get another crack at Armstrong. You saw him early this season. What has changed about this team that might prepare you better for the Wildcats?
The biggest thing is that it's taken us all season for these guys to understand, man, you don't win championships on paper. And I think if you see here, if you're at that game, and you're at this game, this is a different football team. Took longer than we thought, right? Took longer than we thought, but that brotherhood, that camaraderie, it's here now. So that team just thought because, we're TJ, we're the great TJ. We're gonna step out here. No matter how hard we work, somebody's gonna lay down for us. But that's the biggest difference that I see now in this team.
Well, enjoy this win, Coach, and thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.